Didn't see you there. What is up? Welcome back to the Budget Evo build. And it's a beautiful day here in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. We may be in lockdown, but at least the sun is shining. And if you are in lockdown, whether it's in Melbourne, Sydney, New Zealand, or wherever, shout out to you guys because it's a freaking hard time. Every day is a different roller coaster of emotions. But hey, at least you have this video to enjoy whilst you watch me try my best on this janky ass car that we are having so much fun with. Speaking of, today is a good day because we get to take a lot of this stuff out of the engine bay. So here we have a Max Beating Rods universal intercooler piping kit. Comes with a whole bunch of different stuff, all of the bends that you need pretty much to, for the most part, to fit an intercooler to your car, all the joiners, all the clamps. The link is in the description for this kit. They're super cheap, like 150 bucks or something, and use my code MikeLake. You get 15% off as well. I know a bunch of you have already been on the site and bought stuff and used the code. 15% off is heaps when you're paying over 100 bucks for stuff. But today we're going to be fitting this to the car. So yesterday we fit the front mount intercooler. It's looking good. I'm going to add some more reinforcement to the intercooler bracket itself, just to make it a bit more sturdy. I'm also going to spray everything behind it black because I want it to all look super nice. But first things first, let's empty this stuff out the engine bay. I've been absolutely itching to get rid of this stuff, but I couldn't get rid of it. Well, I wanted to wait as long as possible so that I can continue to move the car around the factory by driving it. But from here on out, I'll be pushing it around until the car is back up and running as a turbo car. That should be either today or tomorrow, depending on how things go. But yeah, sweet as. Let's get to work and pull all this airbox stuff out and the battery and all everything. Oh, woo, look at all of that space. Some random ass wires going on here. Get out of here. So removing the airbox, the charcoal canister and everything really frees up the engine bay. Super nice. Look at that turbo down there. I see you man. So real good. Still need to figure out the shifter issue when it locks itself out of second. I'm not quite sure what that is. Hopefully it's not a gearbox issue because that would be the worst, but still yet to actually diagnose that. But to be honest, I haven't really even tried. But right now we're going to see how we're going to fit up this intercooler piping. Luckily no holes need to be cut. As you can see, plenty of room down here and through here to hopefully run some intercooler piping. So I don't mind it being long because you know, slightly long intercooler piping, it means a little bit more lag but more dose, so nothing wrong with that. This thing's gonna look epic once it's done though. Super tidy. So I'll start fitting up the kit and kind of seeing where we get to. So the cold side's actually pretty simple for the intercooler piping because we've got so much room to play with. So basically we have this pipe that goes down here, boom, so that's gonna go like that, right? Then we have this pipe here that's gonna go on a 90, so it'll come out into this pipe. Super simple. So I've got to do one cut, which is right here, and then that's that pipe done from the throttle body. And then down here on the intercooler side, right, we have this pipe that goes from here and literally goes into here. So as you can see, I've got to make another cut here, and that is our cold side intercooler piping done. Thanks to Dr. Drift, I'm not a massive fan of using heaps of joiners, but unfortunately I don't have Woz here to help me with the alloy welding. So at the moment that's how it's going to roll. But this pipe here that goes down, I probably will end up getting this one pipe that goes up here to the throttle body as a single whole pipe that we weld together. That'll eliminate this joiner right here, and it'll also look a bit better as well because, let's be honest, a million joiners doesn't look super nice. But for now, that's going to do the job pretty nicely. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the cuts and throw all that together. been slaving away for you guys. But this is sick. Our cold side's done. Look at that. Stoked. Boom. All the way down there, around here, down there, through there. Boom, intercooler. So good. So now we have to figure out the other side. And that is down here. So compressor housing, 90 degrees up, out, down, and then a tight radius bend around to the intercooler here. So I'm just gonna kind of figure that out and see if we have what it takes to put this together. How good does that look? That's crazy. Need to water blast all this again and degrease it because there's heaps of dirt under here from where the airbox was, but stoked. Alright, we need to paint the rocker cover at some point. Unsure about what colour to paint it. So please drop a comment. Let me know what colour you think the rocker cover should be. I really like that wrinkle red. I've never done any of my rocker covers that colour. I was thinking about doing the Datsun rocker cover that colour, but I just don't think it would go well with the blue, so I think I'm just going to go with black for the Datsun. But for this, for some reason I just reckon the red will be sick. So yeah, let me know what you think. Also little batteries in here, sideways like that. One of you guys suggested that in the comments, can't remember who it was, but great idea. So we're not going to run a sub. We'll have a good sound system. The car's already got a good sound system in it, but this battery will be sweet for the car. Clamp that way, and that way we're just kind of minimizing the bulkiness up there, because we still have to have the air intake coming up here as well, remember? So that's going to come up and then pod filter over here. So we're still going to run the stock airflow meter as well, because we're going to be running the stock ECU and just flashing it. So we're going to run that in the air intake and the piping. That won't affect the dose because it's not one of the flappy, veiny freaking airflow meters. It's like just a straight through one, so that's all good. It's starting to look so freaking good. Woo! Alright, hot side, let's go! So, hot side, right? We're just running a 90 off the compressor housing, and then we've got like a 45 down here, then we've got a 90 coming through here, nice, and then we're going to run this 90 here. We just need to chop it down to size. That is going to be the hot side. Boom goes the dynamite. Stoked! So let's finish that off, and we should have our whole intercooler piping finished, which is sweet. And I haven't even used all of the parts in the kit, which is nice because it's always fantastic to have a bunch of stuff left over for future builds. So that's fantastic. That'll go into my spare piping kit over there, and then we'll figure out how the air intake goes if we have time, which we should have. Check it out. Oh damn, son. That looks nice. So that's all done. Stoked. I decided actually that I'm going to weld some brackets. I forgot that there's mounts underneath. So I'm going to put some brackets underneath to keep the front mount solid, which is sick. But also I hate T-bolt clamps, so we're going to replace all of those eventually. But for now, these will do. That is freaking dope, man. I guess you could say the car is officially turbo now that it has a route for the boost to go. That was a mission though. You always think, oh man, this job won't take too long. Like an hour and I'll be sweet, it's just intercooler piping. Can't be that hard, but man, it took me multiple hours. You don't want to rush it, so it takes a little time to kind of put it all together and get all the fitment right, off and on. Guys, it's sick. Engine bay looks so much better already. Alright team, the sun is going down outside. At the end of the day, the car is together, and I know you guys are really wanting to hear this thing start and run with some kind of boost going through it. So suss out the janky ass air intake that I've got hooked up here, because we have to have the airflow meter plugged in. Boom, down to the turbo. Don't have time to finish the air intake tonight, but what I do have time for is to start this freaking car. So, oh look, I've even got the wastegate actuator just held closed with one of the battery clamps here, just so I can literally, because I haven't fitted up the actuator yet, but we want that needs to be shut so that we can have the boost run through the motor. So we're going to start it up, we'll idle it for a bit, give it a rev and see what it sounds like. But it's officially the first start with turbo, so How good's that? Here we go. I'm nervous as hell, but please don't explode. Oh, that's a weird noise. There you have it. Obviously it's no exhaust on it, so it's super loud. Also the smoke coming off is the heat paint, which cures when you actually get the manifold hot. So we don't even have the manifold bolted up properly and all that jazz. So I definitely felt compressor surge coming back through the airflow meter, which means the turbo is working. Boost is making its way through to the motor. But obviously at the moment we probably need to load it up to kind of see how it's going to sound. But it runs and it works. And we have a front mount intercooler mounted on our car, which is sick. What a journey it's been with this thing so far, huh? It's come a long way in 7 days, that's for sure. That's us for tonight, guys. Car's running, boost is going through the motor. I'm very, very happy. Can't wait to take it for a drive, but obviously we're a little ways off that yet. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Throughout this lockdown, this build is what's getting me through it, and all the comments and support I'm getting on it, I'm over the moon with it. So very, very cool. When I bought this car, I started with a vision in my brain, and I'm so stoked that it's actually coming to life exactly how I pictured it. It's really hard to envision that something like this could come to fruition when you pick the car up and it's such a nugget in the state that it was when we first picked it up. Obviously it's still got a huge way to go yet. I'm just enjoying every single moment of it. And saying that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video on the Budget Evo build. Don't forget guys, you can use my code MikeLake for 15% off the entire Max Bedding Rod store. Save yourself some money, get yourself some parts, build yourself some cool cars. Cheers guys. Peace.